Okay. So today, this video is stop loving people who didn't ask to be loved. I'm going to say it again. And if you're seeing this, just stick around. Stop loving people who did not ask to be loved. There are people out here loving on people so hard that didn't ask for your love. Did you stop to ever think if this person even wants to be loved? What if they grew up in an environment where they got beat every day, they were spit on, shoved, um treated poorly, very 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 poorly. They were treated very poorly, right? And they grew up into this beautiful being to the naked eye, right? And they just look like they just deserve all this love. The potential, you see the potential. The potential's there. The potential's there in everyone, right? I used to do that, have that bad where I saw, go off the potential of people, but that's a different, conversation for a different day. But the potential's there, and you're like, well, I'm gonna love her or him. I'm gonna love that person so hard. I have so much love to give, and that might be true, and that's wonderful. But it's where the point to where it gets not wonderful or becomes an uncomfortable truth is when that person that you feel as though should be have the capacity to appreciate your love doesn't. Then you start to feel a certain way about yourself, right? You start to feel a certain way about yourself. Oh, this person doesn't like me. Oh, they hate me, or they're a cheater, or they're this, or they're that. No, they're just being themselves. That's just who they are. And I don't want to say that in an absolute way. That's just who they are in that moment, right? Anyone's life can change around. Anyone can wake up one day and be like, okay, yeah, I need to be a better person for me, or I need, I should do this, I should do that. But this person hasn't done that, right? That's why when Michael Jackson talks about, I'm talking to the man in the mirror, he's saying that, in my opinion, that it starts with the man in the mirror. For a person to want your love and to be able to appreciate your love, oh my gosh, 3 butterflies just flew by. Oh my gosh. Is it gonna come over here? I don't want to scare him. Okay, that was so cute. I don't know where I was. Okay, yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, for that person to want your love, darn. Oh, to have the capacity to appreciate your love, they should have the capacity. I've completely lost my train of thought, but yeah, they need the capacity. And if they don't have the capacity for to hold and appreciate your love, I feel like that's your fault, right? Anyone, anyone that I've ever loved that didn't reciprocate it, I don't like, I'm not upset at them. I've always had this knowing and this understanding that people are not necessarily even people, they're just their frequency, they're their vibration. They are where they are in that moment, right? And some people, they're where they are since elementary school. Some people, they stopped downloading information and building themselves up in high school or in college or after they got married or after they had their first child, whatever the situation or the circumstance is. Not everybody has the capacity to appreciate your love, to appreciate your kindness, to appreciate even your money. If you want to give them money, if you want to just give them something, you know what I'm saying? Not everyone's going to appreciate even your property, let alone your being, who you are. That's why you have to be careful who you rent yourself to, who you give your time to, who you give your energy to, and especially your love. Our brains and our hearts have the biggest frequencies in our beings. And you're giving your power to someone who does not care. They don't want it. They don't want your power. And I say the holding the capacity because think of a water bottle, right? Humans are like water bottles, right? Let's say all that negative stuff, right? So this is the person that you want to love. Is this? I've never clipped it, but we're gonna try. So this is the person that you want to love, right? They're awesome, but when you met them, they came full. You don't know what full of what, so I'm gonna explain it to you right now. This is why people be full of shit, right? So this person, when they were a kid, right? This person used to get beat every night. I'm talking about beat. Like they got their behinds beat every night. So they were probably a teenager. Boom. They were raped in high school. Is that, can I say that on here? They were assaulted in high school. Boom. Um, they were cheated on by their fiance. I don't know. Boom. They had a miscarriage. Boom. So at this point, you met this person, woman or man, and they're full of pain and anger and heartache, and you come along, do all this love to give. You didn't grow up a horrendous life like they did. You grew up. I mean, it was still not the best, but it wasn't. You didn't let it diminish your love, your power, your existence. This person is beautiful on the outside, but feels like shit on the inside. And I say it like that because not only do they feel that way, they're filled that way. They have no room for your love. You may pour in a little bit and it fills the remainder, but you have to understand this is going to outweigh that little bit of love every single time. That's all they know. That's all they know. You can't come pouring in and it starts just overflowing. That's why you get confused with being a narcissist. It's because you go and start love bombing people, and this person does not have the capacity for it, so they cannot receive it. Not only can they not receive it, they can't reciprocate it, because reciprocation requires going within to come without, to come out, right? So if you're gonna go within, and you're gonna go within a pit of shit, you're gonna get shit back, and that's why people shit on y'all. That's why people have shit on me, because I loved people who did not ask for my love. I cared for people who did not ask me to care, right? And yeah, it should be a world where it doesn't matter, which in a lot of cases that's I've kind of come to terms with. I just have so much love to give. It doesn't matter. I'm still gonna give praise. I'm still gonna give congratulations. I'm gonna give people their flowers while they're here. I had a situation where, well, not a situation. This happens a lot, but I attract a good amount of both, right? Male and female, women and men. And there was a situation recently where me being me, that encouraging, like, oh my gosh, congratulations, good job, just kind of give it a source of encouragement. And I kid you not, this person, and I pay attention, and it did not necessarily have to apply to me, but I'm not dumb, and I pay attention to patterns, and I just have a knowing, right? They just started flooding their page with their significant other. Mind you, this has happened before, and I kind of gaslit myself, like, oh no, like, like, that was just a coincidence. But basically that's how it happened. I was congratulating them, I was encouraging them, I was like, oh my gosh, like, you're so, like, this is so cool, keep going, I believe in you, which I genuinely did, because they're doing something that I want to do. I was learning from this person, and I'm like, yeah, like, right on. And like I said, they started flooding their social media with their significant other, and I was liking that too. And I thought about it, I'm like, they've never done this, and I've been following them for a while. I've been keeping up and encouraging for a while, and or not necessarily like speaking up. In this case, this is just the time where I spoke up, and coincidentally that's what happened. I'm like, people, when they see me or when they feel my energy, they're threatened. They're automatically threatened, right? And I can't say that I don't understand. I can't say that I don't, you know, I don't, how should I word that? I understand. I completely understand. I understand what it is, and I understand what's going on, because you didn't ask for my support. You didn't ask for me to encourage you. You didn't ask for somebody like me, right? But at the same time, that aspect of myself, I don't ever want to really get rid of, right? I don't want to get rid of it. So I just need to basically pivot and put my intentions and my love and my support into people who are not going to take it and be threatened by it. They're not going to take it and be fearful of it, right? I know that I have a very beautiful presence. I'm a beautiful person. Let's just be quite frank. I'm not only physically beautiful, but my energy is top tier. My energy is top tier. It just is. And for a while, I didn't know why. You think I wanted to not have, the big friend group, not have the support, not have the, you know the gatherings? I do, but I'm not good at being fake. I'm not really good at that part, and I haven't really ever had to, or even had the opportunity to form that version of myself, because it just didn't resonate with me. I've just always been so used to, just being me, that it never occurred to me that I would have to have a mask. Now, did I develop a mask eventually? I did. And that's where now the mask comes off, because wait, that's not who I am, and that's not what we're going to be doing. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. And what we're also not doing is not letting our hearts get hard because of people's lack of understanding or because of people's low vibrational state, right? I'm not going to let people rejecting my love or rejecting my support or rejecting my honestness, um, or even trustworthiness for a hard heart. Because having a hard heart based on something that someone else did to me or did by me only hurts me. My heart has an energetic field that will bring in things for me that no one else can do for me. My mind has an energetic field that will bring in, that is bringing in actively currently as I'm even speaking right now, bringing in things for me that if I were to allow a wall to be put up, right, over my heart and over my mind, it would directly affect my manifestations. It would directly affect my reality, because then my reality would be, and my lens would be filtered through, oh, a hard heart, or a hard mind, a blocked mind. And I've watched people do that. I've watched people and try to, taint me in a way. And I'm like, you have this horrible lens, you just have a horrible lens that you see through. And it's so unfortunate, but at the same time, it's my fault for giving people love where they didn't ask for it. I should recognize that sooner. So should you. People should be able to. That's our one job. Our one job is to come here and be able to protect ourselves, to learn, to understand ourselves, to put ourselves in a position to be able to excel and evolve. That's all we aim to do. Everything is about human evolution. Doing this right now is, for me, evolution. I've evolved into a version of myself. Honestly, I'm back at square one. And I think that that's a good thing, because square one was top tier for me. If I started from square one and went up, I'd be multi-millionaire by now, guaranteed. But I didn't. I regressed. But that's the beauty of having a mind, having a heart, having a body, having an eye, is being, the ability to be human, the ability to be here. And we can go to sleep, we can wake up, we can do whatever the heck we want. We have free will, right? We don't need permission, right? And so, like, whenever I'm talking about like people not asking you for their love, that's the same thing as, like I said, I'm gonna still love. I don't need anyone's permission to love. But at the same time, what I do need to realize is that there are going to be times where, you know, you need to give your love to people and they're not going to want to receive it still. And they didn't ask for it, but they need it, right? I say this because think about having children. When you have a child, they come into this world, they're not asking for your love. It's almost expected. It's honestly, it's not even expected. You're just existing. They don't even know to expect or not to expect, or to ask or not ask for love, right? They're just there. They're just existing. It would take an emotionally sound individual to love that child, right? Because that's why there's deadbeat fathers and deadbeat mothers. Is because they didn't have, the love to give to somebody who didn't even ask for it, but who absolutely need it, right? There's not going to be always a time where someone's going to be like, oh, can you love me? Oh, can you? But there is a way and there's an existence that requires the resonance of love, right? That brings out that version of somebody, which could be love. And I'm just saying love in this aspect just to keep it simple. But this, again, this is trust. This is honesty. This is so many different things: respect, disrespect, XYZ. Just like with honesty, some people like I've been in situations and I'm like, you could have lied and I would have been better off than, just not saying anything, right? And I'm asking you to lie. I'm asking. And like I said, there are people out there that they don't want anything for themselves. They don't want anything. They would rather continue the cycle of lack in all areas of their life: lack of love, lack of honesty, lack of trust, lack of anything, right? They don't want to have those conversations. They don't want to look at that man in the mirror because it hurts too bad. They don't want to look at the man in the mirror because they're scared. They're scared because they know they've been hurt. They're hurt because of other hurt people. Those hurt people are hurt because they decided to embody the hurt. And then, of course, when you embody something, you have to then exude it. So if you're going to embody all the pain and the frustration and the hardship that you've been through, and you go and expel it onto anyone in your vicinity, then now the person that you've been around is going to get dirty. Or the person that, right, that's around that type of being is going to get dirty. They're going to be tainted. They're going to get those energetically kind of like transmuted diseases, right? And dis-ease within the mind, dis-ease within the body. They're going to be at a dis-ease by the energy that certain people bring. Where I've seen where a super lover connects with a super hater. And how does that happen, right? It's because they're both on the frequency of imbalance, right? How do you even attract somebody who does not have the capacity for your love? You need to learn how to not just give your love out all willy-nilly, right? That's the lesson you're going to learn from this person. This person